Welcome to the On My Workbench channel. Back in 2008, when I was working on the autonomous boat project, I needed a lightweight 120 volt AC power source. I had a 6,000 watt Generac generator, but it was heavy and very loud. What I needed was a small unit that was easy to carry and was quiet. All I was powering was a couple of Dell Laptops and a couple of RF modems. So one day I was at Big Lots and saw a small 1,000 watt generator for $99. At first I thought it was a 2-cycle. I don't like mixing oil with gas, but then I noticed it was a 4-cycle. A 1,000 watt 4-cycle generator for $99. I bought it and it turned out to be just what I was looking for. It could power everything that I was using to control and track the autonomous boat. It was easy to carry, and most of all it was quiet. I used it for over a year, and then I let it sit for about a year. The next time I went to use it, I could not get it to run. I removed the sediment bowl from the carburetor and found that the float needle was stuck in its seat. I removed the needle and found that the rubber seal on the needle was damaged. I looked online and all over town for a replacement needle and could not find one. So I put it in storage and thought that I'd get back to it someday. Well, last week, someday came. I took it out of storage, put it on my workbench and removed the carburetor, and went online and found a source for parts and carburetor rebuild kits. I found a small engine repair shop here in town called Gilley's Small Engine Repair. I took the carburetor with me and talked to the owner, David Gilley. He said he would check and see if he had a good needle. He called me back a few days later, told me that the needle that he had was a few millimeters longer than the one that my carburetor used. I went to get my carburetor, and while there I asked him if he had a used carburetor that might fit the bolt spacing. I thought if I could get one that would fit on the engine, I could make it work. He sold me the carburetor and the generator it came off of for $50. It was a 2-cycle generator that looked a lot like the Harbor Freight Tailgater 900 watt 2-cycle generator. See the link in the description. The only external difference between the two carburetors was the length and height of the throttle arm, so I bought it and the donor generator. After I got it home, I removed the carburetor and put it and the original carburetor side by side. I removed the throttle arm and the butterfly shaft from the original carburetor and installed it in the replacement donor carburetor. I installed the modified donor carburetor on my generator, reinstalled the fuel tank, hooked up the fuel line, put the fuel in the tank, put the choke to the on position, turned on the ignition, and pulled the rope. It started on the third pull. I let it run for a few minutes to warm up. I had to adjust the idle stop and the governor to get it to stop surging. It will surge when it's cold. It has a voltmeter on the front panel with a black square around a 120 volt point. I adjusted the governor for the 120 volts and checked it with my voltmeter. It's putting out 125 volts unloaded. I let it sit overnight. It started this morning on its first pull. It takes a good 5 minutes to warm up. This is a good sign that it's cooling correctly and not running hot. Please check back with the On My Workbench channel for more videos on cool stuff. Please subscribe, like, comment, and click the little bell. And thanks from the On My Workbench channel.